Welcome to the Dance to Heal podcast. I'm your host, Jenny C. Cohen. Join me as I share stories of how life is a dance. I'm a cancer survivor, mother of two, and an award-winning performer who found that mind and body-connected movement is vital to healing in a way that is safe and tailored to your life. I created Dance to Heal Wellness featuring the Spotlight Confidence Formula and also authored the best-selling award-winning book, Outside In Recovery, Dancing My Way Back to Myself After Breast Cancer. I will bring new ways to help you on your dance journey and healing path. Are you ready to move? Dance to Heal starts now. Hello, I'm Jenny C. Cohen, your host for the Dance to Heal podcast. I am so excited to review again today the importance of listening to your body and the ways you can actually get pretty clear questions answered by yourself. Remember, your body is the only entity that's been with you physically since before you were born. Let that sink in. Your body is the only entity with you all your life that's experienced everything that you've experienced, that's been with you since before you were born. All right, so from that foundation and that understanding for everybody, we're going to start reviewing what I love to have my clients do. It's around the use of applied kinesiology, which is also called muscle testing. Okay. You could do a simple search on Google or even chat about the history of muscle testing or applied kinesiology or kinesiology, the study of the body, and answers and ways to ask the body. For today's time with me, I'm going to review with you the certain different ways you can actually learn muscle testing answers, yes and no, through your body. First, let's understand that when there is tension or no tension in a muscle, that can be a way of answering yes or no. Okay? Now, when I was first introduced to muscle testing, it was through the understanding that sometimes my mind may want something for food and my body would actually not be able to receive it in a healthy way. And so I had first learned about muscle testing through that for foods. And the understanding was, if a food was meant for you, you would tend to lean towards it physically in the subconscious, unconscious way. And if the food wasn't for you, you would lean away from it, right? So I'm going to invite you to stand up. I'm going to say seated for now, but I'm going to invite you to stand up for a second. And I do muscle testing enough that I can actually feel it when I'm in seating. So you could also, once you learn it in standing, you're welcome to try it in sitting, okay? So standing with your feet not together, they're going to be hip width apart so you don't feel like you're losing your balance. Soften your knees, engage your core, release your shoulders. Now close your eyes and say the word yes. And you should feel, hopefully you'll feel, a corresponding forward lean, a slight forward motion in the body. Okay, eyes open. Good. And now you're going to shake out your body. Again, engage your core, soften your knees, relax shoulders, close your eyes, and say out loud the word no. And you may feel a falling back, right? So that's a yes and then a no. Let's try that same muscle testing, speaking a truth about yourself. So you're going to say, my name is, and whatever your name is. I usually use the word, we practice using your name first. So my name is Jenny C. Cohen. And I can feel my body going, yes, you are. My name is Penelope Cruz. And I can physically feel a compression on my chest, like, no, you're not, right? Unless you're Penelope Cruz, in which case you would say something else other than your name for the no or the negative feeling. Good. So in that tension, right, we're going to now apply that theory to other parts of the body. Besides that forward lean and the backwards lean, there's two other pretty, for me, strong ways to get a yes or a no. Okay? The second one would be you would make a ring between your thumb and pointed finger, like an okay sign. And for the most part, unless you have very long nails, all of us have a pretty strong pinch. Okay, and I normally would ask you to do your non-dominant side. Okay, so that when you're pulling the dominant finger through the ring, right? It's the stronger side. And yet for some reason, because our body knows the answers, if we ask a question and the answer is positive, your non-dominant hand fingers will be stronger than your dominant finger pulling through. Where the fingers meet, it's going to pull through. I'm going to try and pull through, okay? So let's try that same test. You may sit down if you like, or do this in standing. All right, ring fingers together. Okay, so let's go through that same question. My name is, and say your name. I'll do the same. My name is Jenny C. Cohen. I can't even, okay, sign through my screen. My name is Jenny C. Cohen. And no matter how strong I push with my dominant side, my non-dominant side is strong enough that I can keep that pinch. It's pretty easy. My name is Penelope Cruz. And my body's saying, no, you're not. And I could pretty much pull through pretty easily. Okay. For the most part, though, it's not going to necessarily be this very big tug of war. You will feel very quickly whether your fingers that are pinching are strong or they're weak. Does that make sense? You can even do your deltoid muscle where your arms are slightly out, fingers are, thumb is like this, like hands like this, or thumb up if you have shoulder issues, okay? And if I push on the deltoid, the upper shoulder, okay, and I go, my name is Jenny C. Cohen, I can feel my arm pretty strong. My name is Penelope Cruz, and my arm gives a tiny bit. It's a little bit of a give, like, no, you're not, right? Let's try eye color. My color eye is, my eyes are brown. I have dark brown eyes. And my body says yes. My body says yes. I've always wanted green eyes. What if I were wearing green contacts? My eyes are green. And my body will say no. I'm like, come on. And what about like purple contacts? No, okay. My eyes are brown when I do the deltoid muscle. There's a little give when I first resist, when I push against myself, right? Yes? Good. Here's the thing. I want to add a caveat for you. When you're muscle testing, please only muscle test for your own answers. Okay? I will do muscle testing for my clients when I'm working with them. That's after I go through 3 layers of permission. I ask my body, are you clear enough to help this person do yes, no questions through muscle testing? 2, I ask the client for permission. 3, I ask the universe, God, nature, the cosmos, is this person ready to receive the information today? All 3 have to be yes for me to proceed using muscle testing to help a client. Okay? If it's no, we reschedule. Right? Because the caveat is I don't make progress according to mine and my client's conscious schedule. We do it when they're ready to actually move. And that is very important because we can push and actually sometimes cause harm. So we want to make sure. And when I say ready, I usually will prepare my clients to get enough sleep before a session, make sure they're hydrated, make sure that they haven't been not feeding themselves the days before. These suggestions I strongly recommend actually optimize the time we're together. Okay? If you are trying to use a mug of water that's not clean and not strong and doesn't have a strong base or a way to hold it without burning yourself, like I drink hot water all the time, then what is the point of actually using this mug? Same way, if we schedule time and my clients have spent the money and energy to come, if they haven't prepared for themselves to actually change or heal or shift, then it's a waste of time for them and myself. All right, so let's better understand that. And on an aside for the muscle testing, I'm going to give you the third one in a second. Please be aware that the less self-care you give, the less strong and accurate your answers are when you ask your body questions through applied kinesiology. Why? Well, if you're not taking care of your body, why would your body bother giving you answers if you're not listening to it anyways? Yeah? Your body's talking to you all the time. It's really important you are learning to listen or at least pay attention if you are hearing requests and you're still ignoring your body. Okay? Because there's different levels of understanding. Some of us only understand when our body's screaming. For example, some of us only drink water when we're thirsty. That's equivalent to your body yelling at you. The goal is to stay hydrated before you have the thirst in you. Okay, I live in Utah. It's very dry here. We have forest fires surrounding regions. There's like hundreds of fires going on. That's going to increase my need for water. I'm aware of that. I'm getting the message from my body. Okay? At the same time, also, it's affecting my ability to breathe. I have very severe asthma. It doesn't help I have lots of pets in the house. However, the air quality is very depressed. So I will be more clear about, one, who I expose myself to when I'm out of the house. 2, how much of the outside air I can actually tolerate. 3, upgrading my asthma medication so I can breathe and not get sick. Right? There are certain things that I say to you. This sounds like common sense. I wasn't listening to my body's needs years before. And I was always constantly having asthma or bronchitis, even bronchitis to almost having pneumonia. That was a yearly occurrence for me. And since I started really listening, I rarely get sick because I just don't want, I'm listening to my body. I'm like, body, you're doing a really good job. I really appreciate you. And this episode is launching on my birthday month in 2026, so it's really important to me that we go the long haul. All right, I plan to live to at least 150, so we're only 1/3 of the way there. I have so many things to accomplish. I won't get there without my body being taken care of. They haven't yet invented a way for us to be injected into another body, right? So I'm very cognizant about how gracious my body has been, even though I've had such a lack of care for it for the many years before. And I want you to hear that, like how, in what areas or what more areas do you need to increase your awareness of what your body needs? All right. Third way of muscle testing, besides the ring and the body leaning, and that's the fourth way. And the deltoid muscle testing, there's a fourth way that I do because it's very easy to do in my lap when I'm in a public setting, when I'm doing a little reality trust check-in with myself. If I'm at a talk or someone's saying something to me and I get a little download, you have to pay attention to this, or a little download, this person a little full of BS, or they're just trying to, get you to see their point of view without understanding yours, something like that, right? So it's when I would make a pointing with a light fist, thumb wrapped on the outside, and then I would bring this the forearm, wrist, and fingers on one line. And when I put this position below the sternum, it's in my lap. And what I'm really doing is pressing on this big knuckle, and you're pointing the non-dominant hand really strong like this, okay? So when you do that and you push, it should feel pretty strong. And so what you're going to do is ask, I'm going to do sideways because I'm still trying to keep the wrist straight. But for everyone else, you're here, down here, below the screen, okay? So we're going to ask, my name is Jenny C. Cohen. You say your name. Your name is, say, my name is, and then push down. My finger's pretty strong. My name is Penelope Cruz. Now I'm strong, same thing, same pressure. My finger goes right down. I don't push it any stronger. It's the same amount of pressure as the other test. My eyes are dark brown. My fingers, yes. My body goes, yes, your eyes are brown. And I'm gonna be like, well, my eyes are purple, and I'm trying so hard, my fingers just goes right down, right? Because I'm in a lot of congruence with my body, so I don't need to push hard. It goes right down. I'm like, okay, great. Right? And I do this muscle testing below in my lap a lot because no one needs to know muscle testing. I'm just checking in with my body. I mean, there'll be times when I'm in a very busy, hectic day, and I'll feel a slowdown in my energy, and I might ask my body, do I need to take a rest break? Yes or no, type of thing, right? Okay, or I'm maybe at a public event, and I start to feel that I can't retain or make any more connections, and I'll ask my body, is it time to leave or take a break, right? Or I really want to do something, but is this for me right now? And sometimes the answer is no, even though I may be caught up in the FOMO, fear of missing out moment, when in reality my body already understands this isn't for you right now, right? So I hope that this is helpful for you. Welcome to July. And I have some more very, very fun episodes coming up where it's really just my take on things, because as I enter level 58, I've gotten some amazing downloads about what life is all about, and I would love to share it with you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the Dance to Heal podcast with Jenny C. Cohen. Come back next time to hear stories of inspiring triumph and learn more ways that you can heal yourself. To work with me and continue your journey, visit danceandheal.com. Are you ready to move?